Welcome back, my fellow agents. It is I, X7, your master of martial arts. It is Shaolin Saturday, and today we have the 1981 feature. I believe it's 1981. It was released May 15th, 1981, running a whole whopping 92 minutes. The Masked Avengers.
I need a hug.
You need a hug?
Yes, we're heading out.
Oh, well, wait, hold on, please. Well, I had to stop for a moment. One of my visiting family members needed a hug. I don't know if you heard that, but that's what she said. So where were we? Oh, Masked Adventures by Cheh, and four of and the Venom's mob, as they're called. They were Lo. Let's see, Lo Mang and Sun Chen are not in this movie. It's interesting. I don't know. I can't say it's one of my favorites, but now having said all of that, please like, share, subscribe, leave a comment, vote in the poll, and no, there's no poll. Leave a comment, hit the subscribe button if you want to receive notifications of new content daily. It is Shaolin Saturday, and we will be talking about Chang, Cheh, and the Shaw Brothers' Masked Adventures from 1981. Okay, so the title credits are here. Now, I've seen this movie, I don't know, two or three times. So it's easier to watch after that many. It's better to watch after that many times because you get a gist of what's actually going on. The first time was very confusing. I mean, it's full of great fight scenes, but as we'll talk about, it's mostly weapons, which I like weapons fighting, but I like a good combination of hand to hand versus hand to weapon versus weapon to weapon. Yes. So this one is mostly weapons fighting. In fact, I believe it's almost all weapons fighting, but they're all good because look at you see who the fighting instructors are, and you saw who the anyway, Chang Cheh. So it was it was in 81. So the Shaws are everything, most everything here is filmed on a set as opposed to outdoors because the Shaw brothers were selling off their property because they could make more money from just selling it than making movies because they had a huge lot and, you could film outdoors. Those early 70s, probably even to 78, 79 were still lots of outdoor scenery. And you can tell it's gorgeous and especially in the hands of a master filmmaker like Chang Cheh, it looks just wonderful. But here we start out with a bang right away. The titular masked Avengers, who are the bad guys. I was kind of hoping they were the good guys, but because Avengers doesn't really sell what they are, they're called killers, of course, in the movie the whole way through. So the town or whatever city that's here is being threatened by these people who are just killing randomly decide to join together and they have a bunch of flashback sequences and they talk about what's going on. They show you what's going on here. They celebrate, they drop their victims blood in water. There's a lot of them, a lot of these killers. They all wear masks so nobody knows their names. Five Venoms, anyone? But there's our three leaders, and they go by numbers, much like the Venoms. What are you going to do? Now, there's a Manji. I just put that in there because, most people think that it's a swastika, and it predates the swastika. And it's facing left as opposed to right. But it was a symbol of good luck and charm and not what Herr Schnickelgruber perverted it into. We hate Herr Schnickelgruber and fascists and Nazis here at Zenorama. Anyway, so they just torture him in front of a statue of Buddha, which of course is altogether wrong. They pay their minions in the silver, so I'm assuming that they're some kind of gang, triad, tong, take your pick. And then they kill him with all the tridents. They have tridents, and that's what they use. That's their signature weapon. So everyone's a master of the trident, which is a long range weapon, of course. And once you get to see more flashbacks, now this gentleman here, they get into into the group because the good guys are trying to um, get banded together so they can defeat these killers. And that's what they are, killers. Tail, yeah, tail. Okay, so and now so they get him to join up. They've got a bunch of them. Now this is the hmm, let's see. He's met this cook. That is Cao Yao, Philip Kwok, who is one of the original Venom's mob, is overlooking. So keep that in mind. There's the salute. And, when you've got your hands clasped over each other, that generally means it's a friendly thing. And that's what we're doing here. Then we go another flashback. More fights.
We're going to go over to, if you don't mind me interrupting for a second.
You're going to be internet famous.
Oh,
you're on the you're on the podcast now.
All right.
You want to be? Do you have a code name?
Philadelphus.
Okay, that's Agent Philadelphus there.
We're going to check to see what kind of chicken you have over the 10 supers.
It's as someone who worked in a grocery store.
Not good.
Well, I would not get the chicken at this time of night. It's best earlier.
You need to throw in with us and try to figure out what we're going to do. If you don't like Kentucky Fried
I like Kentucky Fried Chicken.
Well,
I'm just surprised. Go get Kentucky Fried Chicken. Just go get that. Don't listen to me. I don't know why people take me seriously. I don't know why anyone takes me seriously. So they capture these two. Of course, they kill, and there's more money. So we're back to the present in 1981, or whenever this is set. I don't know when this is supposed to be set. Now, this was the first one of the later Venom mob movies that didn't have the first two, but they replaced them with Wong Li and Chu Ko. So, and gave a starring role to younger member Chin Sui Hu. And it's similar to House of Traps. So it's very violent, very violent. As you'll see, if you see, he's stuck his trident through this guy, right through him. It's bloody. You don't get the intestines falling out and them stomping on him, but so there's
Eric, you need anything?
I'm not Eric.
I'm sorry, David. You need anything from the store?
No, sir. Go get your Kentucky Fried Chicken. Don't listen to me. I just told your son that. Don't listen to me. Agent Philadelphus there.
I need my hat.
That was my uncle. Anyway, let's see. So, where were we here? Ruthless gang of killers, blah, blah, blah. I keep getting distracted. So, this is going to be an interesting one. It's not going to be a long one. Yes, there's how he sleeps, so he won't get caught unawares. So, more flashback. And then they kill one guy, one of the masked Avengers, one of the masked killers. I can't call them Avengers, they're killers. Because they're in he looks at the weapon there, the spatula that they're going to kill him with. I just like the look. There is precious little humor in here, but there is some. They have another fight. There he is stabbing him with I'm calling it a spatula.
Thanks.
And then Cao kills him that way. And then shows off his spear prowess. There is some undercranking here, more than normal, probably 15, probably 16 or 17 frames per second. It's a little more noticeable toward the end. And there's some slight wire work where they're jumping around like jumping jacks, but not like the Jet Li movies that would happen in the 90s where they were just pointing at each other and doing chi blasts. Kind of boring. Or running, just flying around in the air, which, if you're a martial artist, you don't need that. I'd rather... Anyway, everyone knows that. So he's still pretending to be a servant, but and one of them is trying to cheer up this little girl with a dragon puppet or a lion puppet, but then he gets killed, and she's like distraught. These mass killers don't have any thought about who they kill in front of. And now he's. I just like that shot of the candle. So. And they're just running around killing all the good guys drop. I mean, it's a Cheh movie. Good guys aren't going to survive. Bad guys aren't going to survive. If you get one or two that live, you're lucky. You're just killing everybody. Now, there's no local constabulary here. Either they're paid off or they're just staying out of the way. And I like this shot too, just the way it's set up with the 1, 2, 3 right there and the candle. it's just a cool shot. So, but they're not convinced that this guy, the cow, is a good person. Once again, just the lighting in here. Another fight where, and this the Iron Robe. That's the fancy Dan guy with that the maids were hanging out with. But there's his buddy that believes him, and this guy is sure he's guilty. He wants to fight everybody. Dun dun dun. Spoiler alert. There's a reason. Uh, they have this way to open it. I like their little, Star Trek opening there, but it's got the metal sound. It's amazing these films were shot silent and never, and then and everything was dubbed in afterward because the Foley work, the ADR, they had to dub it into, Cantonese and Mandarin and English and whatever language they could to sell these around the world. Now there's the bad guy, the lead bad guy. We don't know it quite yet, but and surrounded by naked men or men meditating. I don't know what they're doing. He's got two men next to him. Not that there's anything wrong with that. No, not a big Seinfeld fan, but I do know the quote. And yeah, there's his. He's got a gim there, which comes into play, which would not stand up to the spear very well. I like that shot too. You can tell it's a set though. It's got but it's just indoors. It's not an outdoor shot, which would have 5 years earlier would have been shot outdoors. He gets attacked by then they realize who they are. And this another flashback. This is what Cal goes into why he quit the mass killers there because they're going to rape this woman. Sadly, they don't show it. They just show her clothes being thrown out. And he's like, no. And then he just leaves. He's like, I'm done. I'm out. So, and that's why I want to destroy these killers. So more gold towels and more fireworks. And then so now we're back to the present. He's leaving his buddy who immediately gets attacked by the masked killers. He knows who the other three of them are. And he cuts all their masks off. So now now they don't have to play it except for the henchmen. The bad guys, the main bad guys don't. So he's got his gim out there, which he's really good with. Now a gim is a skill weapon. You're aiming for tendons, sinews, muscles, so you can cripple your opponent. You're not really going to kill. You don't have to kill him. It's a Tai Chi weapon as well, mostly, but it's a fantastic looking weapon. The tridents are good looking weapons and very colorful here. I like that shot too, and I like this one, as you'll see later on. So, but he's going up against three of them, and that's just not going to happen. Ugh, see, when I say bloody, it's bloody, but no guts. And they've gone past the changing the color of the screen to red or yellow or black and white when they've got showing blood, which I really liked as a Chang Cheh. I don't know if it was just him that did it, but I liked it. So off they go. We're not wearing masks anymore. And Cal goes back and sees his buddy. Well, actually, this is how they get to him. This guy gets caught, and he's going. Now he goes to the inn, and they all think he's guilty, especially this guy. And there he's like, "Oh, how do you know?" And that's the bad guy. This guy kills himself by biting his tongue off. She is drugged or doped or just lost her mind after what they've done to her, and then they kill her. There's a spear in her back. And the fight begins. So there's the bad guys. They've caught these two, and they've got them tied up here, and then pump them full of spears, of course, or tridents. That's the trap to get the good guys to go in. And one of them gets killed walking through the door because he just goes head first, and then that one gets killed. So the fight's on. Bunches of the thugs who all do a great job, and the spears fly out. This was 81, same year as, of course, Raiders of the Lost Ark. Here's a little more of the trailer, dude. So all three, numbers 1, 2, and 3 show up, and they're writing down like this, which is pretty cool. I mean, they ought to make an entrance. An intriguing picture. I'll put the trailer on at the end there. So finally, we got the boss coming down. Oh no, we got some acid spray first, which kills. Now they're down to like 3 guys left. Yeah, 3, maybe 2. Still fighting. This was not the greatest copy I got. It's good, but it's a little blurry. This guy finally gets killed, falling against a wall, and they pop out. So there's our final boss and his two henchlings. So off they go. They kill the henchlings pretty easily because these guys are, I mean, they've got one of their own masked Avenger killers against them. And then they have to kill the last three, pardon me, the three bosses. And off they go. And by the end, they've got these they got a bunch of tridents just floating in the air, defying gravity. And finally, and they're using that ring again, which I think is a fascinating weapon, which is a short range weapon, of course. It's the only one, really. He's got some small tridents as well, but finally, they just hoist him in the air, and when the tridents finally fall, gravity takes over. I think Wile E. Coyote can hang around for a while, but these tridents must be made of nth metal. Or, wait a minute, that's ninth metal. Pardon me, I just got the Hawk's whole shtick wrong. And that's it. He falls on them. They're done. All the killers are gone. These two are still alive. The end. Our movie has finally reached its climax. It's not my favorite. It's one of the shorter of the least year because usually they're about 100 minutes. This one was certainly not. So, having said all that, that was Shaolin Saturday, and I hope you've enjoyed the many distractions that have come my way. It's been a fun week, and to have family back around. And until our next assignment, I'm Phazin. This is X7 signing off.